Well, it's on there now. It's live. Bro, it's live. Do it again, Brodie. I zoomed in on your face whilst doing it.
Dang, the way you zoomed in on my face.
What should we show? Oh, bloody hell. Hi guys, we're gonna blast some tunes.
I think your nan's either shouting at us or she's shouting at friggin' rugby. It's either one.
Is rugby on now? It's only 5 o'clock. It's so dark.
It was on earlier. Hello guys. We'll be doing reactions to scary things.
Get the sounds basically.
Just doing something a minute.
Yeah. We're gonna put some tunes on for you to listen to. Not too loud though. We're not gonna put any like Maroon 5 on or Freddie Mercury because we don't want this to be copyright claimed. Freddie Mercury because we don't want this to be copyright claimed for obvious reasons. But yeah, sit back, lie down, don't watch this at night, and enjoy. Don't be stupid like me. There you go, guys. What do you think of it? Your attitude has changed so much. They can't see you, Brodie. You're zoomed in on that. What do to me? He's just staring at me. Stop. Smell my feet. It's like you're climbing away from you, just telling me to smell your feet. What are you playing with your beard for? What are you playing with your beard for? Yeah. Oh my feelings.
I scared you, you fell out. Oh, well, guys, we can into the video now.
Yeah, we'll stop messing about now. Shut up. We've already looked it up with Scottish Pet Pig as well. Go watch some Scottish Pet Pig, actually good stuff, Irish. He's killing the vibe. Stop, phone. Stop.
I'm going to delete Messenger until later.
Delete Messenger.
Make sure you click the subscribe button. Make sure you also turn
We don't want to
on
listen to this shit.
notifications so you never miss one of my videos.
No. Don't go subscribe to me, this sucks.
You're running.
Why would you get out of the car? Why would you get out of the car? You just run it over. Go forward, not backwards.
Hey, guy. You got an afro, man.
Stop messing about, this supposed to be scary.
Man, that afro ugly.
Man.
Man, see your grey afro. Keep changing it up.
Yeah,
man.
look at my
Ugly.
granddad. My granddad is Bob Marley.
Killer Clown comes up. Hey guy, you want a fag?
What's the penis enlargement pills?
You want a fag, man? They'll pound a fag, man. Do you want one?
Some speed.
I'll be mean, you are me. Hurry the fuck up, man.
Go, go, go!
Give me a spin off.
Slap it. Sure, that's a good idea, isn't it? That was a good bass drop, man. That's...
What are you looking at? What?
Running, nigga.
No. The guy's sitting there. What are y'all looking at? Like,
The clown just ran past him. Hey.
how y'all doing?
Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I'm just looking for your friend.
Y'all seen Steve round here? I'm looking for Steve and Alan.
Well, if you're on a bus and you can't pull off quick enough, that'll be
Go,
good.
let's go.
You just smash through the window. Hey, niggas.
How y'all doing?
I'm your friend. Your killer clown friend.
Y'all don't kiss me now. Say hello to my little friend. His name is Clown Justin. He likes to go on drives. Broom broom. Meow.
Hey, Georgie.
Hi, Georgie.
Wanna balloon?
Yeah.
Sit down right
He done the appropriate thing.
now.
He done the appropriate thing. Hey, nice plans.
Yeah, Georgie, we're cool. I know you really want your thoughts. So won't you take it? Go on and take it. Just reach and grab it. I can't wait to bite on you. The hunger's overdue. Let's make a human
Something like
where all your friends into. I wonder why so many kids are daring go missing. Number 15. I know who's listening.
23-year-old Nathaniel
They get the last of
Donovan.
the family. Love is blood runs under the street.
Now you're the last of the family. Ooh, chill.
Anything about me. I'm just something you really.
So don't want to pull out too quiet so they can't hear it.
Chesterfield, Virginia, as a clown carrying a huge knife.
Would it be better if you turned the light off? So you can only see the light from
and
the...
drives away. The large veteran stomps towards them in a clear clown outfit while holding a knife. The kid starts to run away from him, and he gives pursuit. Meanwhile, nearby parents were scared out of their minds and frantically called 911. The police showed up quickly and arrested the psycho clown without having to fire any shots. He now faces 2 charges. One is a serious felony that carries up to 10 years in prison and a $15,000 fine. Nathaniel claims that he did this just as a prank, but the federal justice system doesn't seem to be laughing. Now, I'd like to pause this countdown for a second and ask you all a question. Are you afraid of clowns? Please leave me a comment so I know you're safe.
Don't go comment on this video.
Me personally, I can't really
This
be
was like
bothered.
last year now when the
There's
clowns
things
were
so
actually
much
real.
darker.
They
and
might
more
still be
evil
real
out
in parts
there.
of America.
Anyway, if you're
America.
feeling
So if you want to go see
I would
them,
really appreciate
just
it
go,
if you
just
leave a
fly
like
right
as
up to
well.
America, then message us if
Number
you stay alive.
14. Stumpy the Clown. A clown enters the Walgreens convenience store in Brownstown, Michigan, one
Oh,
October
yeah, got green
morning
here.
and points a gun at the workers behind
Yes,
the counter,
you'll see
demanding cash.
He just goes right up.
They quickly comply, and the killer
Say,
clown
turn
runs
up a
out of the
Walgreens
store
without
with the
green
loot. 2 customers
No wolf.
pull up and start to get out of their car to go inside. He points the gun at them, shouts for them to get back into their car, and goes running off across the parking lot. Police later identify him as Todd Raymond Keith. They find out that he has been one busy clown. Aside from hitting up the local Walgreens, he'd also knocked off 2 hotels, 2 banks, and carjacked a black Lexus in nearby Madison Heights. Somehow, he does all of this with a fake left arm. Just a couple of days
That's what the
later,
speaker is, man.
a joint
Getting
task
that, like,
force with members of the local
Really?
police department and the
oh,
FBI
that's the speaker, and I
tracked
see that
down the
alone.
evil clown
That's
to
where the bass
Ohio.
to come from, man.
They exchange gunfire, and this time he gets away on foot. Amazingly, it's the 3rd time he has escaped them this October. The other 2 times were high-speed chases, one of which was topping out at 120 miles per hour. There is now a $1,500
Right down my
bounty
spine,
on the
nice.
clown's head, with no end in sight. Number 13, Clown Napped. When school children began to see a creepy clown stalking them in a yellow van, the adults didn't think much of it. He from 6 different local schools all started to tell their parents about the same strange clown following them around in the same yellow van. The adults still chose not to believe the kids' stories. Soon, the kids were saying that the clown was now chasing them all around town with a knife, but adults still didn't think that this was true. After all, it was May of 1981, and these kinds of things just didn't happen in Kansas City, Missouri. School would be let out for the summer, and soon the stories would all stop. They were sure of it. Little did the adults know exactly how wrong they would soon be proven. 2 sisters, one 6 and one 7, are walking towards their school bus one morning. A yellow van pulls up to the girls and stops. Inside is a dark-haired man wearing a clown outfit. His face is painted white with red polka dots, and he looks extremely mean. He pulls out a knife and orders the sisters to get into his van, but they run screaming back to their house instead. Their mother witnesses the entire scene from the window and hurriedly lets the children in before the clown can get them. She slams the door shut and lets the horrifying reality set in. Now, she finally realizes that the stories were all real. She, along with countless others, have been treating their children like liars for telling the truth about nearly being killed almost every day after school. As for the clown himself, well, 2 words: never caught. Number 12. On a Saturday morning in May of 1919, Marlene Warren hears a knock at her door. She goes to answer it and finds a friendly clown waiting for her in an orange wig. The clown has a bouquet of flowers along with some balloons to give to her. One of them with a message on it that reads, "You're the greatest." Before Marlene has a chance to ask who these gifts are from, the clown pulls out a handgun and shoots the poor woman in the face. Her son hears the gunfire and comes running to the door. There, he finds his mother on the ground with a pool of blood growing all around her. The clown jumps into a white Chrysler LeBaron and speeds off. Police later find that the clown didn't want to take anything from the house. All the clown wanted, it seems, was to commit murder.
I thought that music
While
was
he
actually
died
from the
just 2
film.
days later.
I didn't watch that with about the van.
You don't want to know.
Huh?
You don't want to know.
I've seen it before, but I forgot about
The
it.
kids were saying that the clown was now chasing them all. Right. Number 13. Clown napped. When school children began to see a creepy clown stalking them in a yellow van, the adults didn't think much of it.
No.
Even when children from 6 different local schools all started to tell their parents about the same strange clown following them around in the same yellow van, the adults still chose not to believe the kids' stories. Soon, the kids were saying that the clown was now chasing them all around town with a knife, but adults still didn't think that this was true. After all, it was May of 1981, and these kinds of things just didn't happen in Kansas City, Missouri. School would be let out for the summer, and soon the stories would all stop. They were sure of it. Little did the adults know exactly how wrong they would soon be proven. 2 sisters, one 6 and one 7, are walking towards their school bus one morning. Suddenly, a yellow van pulls up to the girls and stops. Inside is a dark-haired man wearing a clown outfit. His face is painted white with red polka dots, and he looks extremely mean. He pulls out a knife and orders the sisters to get into his van, but they run screaming back to their house instead. Their mother witnesses the entire scene from the window and hurriedly lets the children in before the clown can get them. She slams the door shut and lets the horrifying reality set in. Now, she finally realizes that the stories were all real. She, along with countless others, have been treating their children like liars for telling the truth about nearly being killed almost every day after school. As for the clown himself, well, 2 words. Never caught. Number 12. On a Saturday morning in May of 1919, Marlene Warren hears a knock at her door. She goes to answer it and finds a friendly clown waiting for her in an orange wig. The clown has a bouquet of flowers along with some balloons to give to her. One of them with a message on it that reads, "You're the greatest." Before Marlene has a chance to ask who these gifts are from, the clown pulls out a handgun and shoots the poor woman in the face. Her son hears the gunfire and comes running to the door. There, he finds his mother on the ground with a pool of blood growing all around her. The clown jumps into a white Chrysler LeBaron and speeds off. Police later find that the clown didn't want to take anything from the house. All the clown wanted, it seemed, was to commit murder. Marlene dies just 2 days later. As police put together the evidence, they turned their attention to her husband, Michael. They knew that Michael would receive a 5-figure insurance payment for his wife's death, and he would also get all of her property, as well as her lucrative car dealership and her car rental agency too. There's definitely a motive for killing her, so they start poking around to find out exactly how. As it turns out, Michael was having an affair with a brown-haired woman named Sheila Keene. She repossessed cars for Marlene's business and knew her quite well. In fact, according to police reports, people had seen Michael and Sheila eating lunch together every single day in the weeks leading up to the murder. Police had another important tip too. Just hours before the killing, a costume store owner called them and said they had sold a clown costume to a woman with brown hair. 2 store cashiers were able to identify the woman as Sheila Keene. Still, as strange as this coincidence is, it isn't enough of a reason to arrest her. After all, Sheila could have just wanted to buy a clown suit at random that day. The police keep digging. Co-workers say that she had dressed like a clown before, but they weren't able to identify her outfit. Still not enough. Next, the detectives identify both the flowers and the helium balloons as the same kind that are sold at a nearby grocery store called Publix. When they check the sales records of nearby Publix stores, they find a transaction for balloons and the flowers at 9:22 a.m., just a short time before the murder. This store also happens to be right outside Sheila's apartment. 4 days after Marlene's murder, police find the abandoned Chrysler in a grocery store parking lot. Inside of the car, they find orange fibers that look like they might belong to a clown wig, along with some brown hairs. All of this is enough probable cause for a judge to grant police a search warrant for Sheila's residence. Sure enough, they find orange fibers and some brown hairs that look like the same kind of hair strands found in the Chrysler. Everything is sent to the FBI labs for further testing. As if this weren't enough, Sheila's husband said that his .38 caliber revolver went missing shortly before the murder. It was a very rare model. Marlene had likewise been shot with a .38 caliber revolver that was not a Smith & Wesson or a Colt, meaning that it had to be of a rare model too. Still, despite of all this circumstantial evidence, police were unable to pin the murder on Michael and Sheila. Apparently nothing came out of the lab tests, though the news reports never mention why. It was the early 1990s though, and testing methods were not all that great, so anything could have happened. The rest of the evidence was not strong enough to hold up in court, especially for a murder trial. As a result, Marlene's death was never solved. The killer clown never identified. Number 11.
Oh, okay. So you're going to show my fans all that then, is it? Awful.
I find it cute. UFL.
No, it's TIFL.
Alright. Keep on putting a Q instead of a T, that's right, and I'll find it.
FIL. No, TFIL. FIL.
TFL.
Yeah. TF is ill. Overnight.
Overnight.
Overnight. This is literally there. Oh, we're watching Pet Pig now, are we?
Yeah.
Chloe's big baby. Let's watch Peter.
Thought you signed into
I
it.
did. I'll just watch the first Scottish Pig, you know, the 1 hour, 1 euro, the 1 million views. There we go.
One stretch, two stretch, three stretch. It's time to shake off those bingo wings. Come on!
What the fuck are you doing standing in front of that telly, shaking your fucking flappy bingo wings?
I'm trying to lose some weight so I can get my beach body, babes.
Beach body? More like a fucking beach whale the size of you head.
Hi, that's not very nice, Dad. You're so nasty. You've got cheek, you're a fat bastard.
I'm no fat. I'm a fine specimen of a man.
Baby Ben, reach down and touch your toes.
I can do that, no bother. Watch. Ooh, you bastard.
Oh my God, Dad, you can't even reach down and touch your fucking toes.
I've got a bad back. I'm on the DLA now. Fuck off, Pepper.
Right, Dad, can you do some push-ups, you fat lady bastard?
I no bother, doll. I can do push-ups. Watch. 1, 2.
You need to keep going, Dad. Right, do about 150 push-ups.
150 what the? Ah!
Bye, you big fat lazy bastard. I'm away with Mum. Bye.
Aye, fuck you, Pepper.
Fuck you. You should be ashamed of yourself, Dad. You're a big fat sweaty bastard.
I'll do push-ups 1.
Look at this.